I'm beating every N64 game, and I mean all of them. The twist is, the next game I play is randomly selected, so I have no clue what's coming next. This is the journey to beating every N64 game. Game number 236, Madden NFL 2001. Released in 2000, this game was developed and published by Electronic Arts. This is the 4th out of 5 Madden games of this challenge. Yeah, I know. This is the fate of any console challenge like this. We played Madden NFL 2000 back at game 171, so it's been a bit. It was okay. I don't know. None of these NFL games other than Blitz have felt that good to play on the N64 in my opinion. I feel like these types of games really found their stride on the next generation of consoles. It feels so sluggish to play on the N64 to me. But maybe this is the one that'll change everything. It could be the big game to change my opinion and give it the 89 out of 100 rating it apparently has on Metacritic for the N64. Maybe I'm the problem here. I don't know, I'm already kind of biased. It's hard not to be. Let's get into it. There were surprisingly a lot of options here. Like, I'm impressed by all the things they let you customize. Even some of the core physics engine can be changed. Oh look, this is where they added in hot routes. The Madden games ultimately just use too many buttons to feel good on the N64 controller in my opinion. This probably felt fine to play on the PlayStation. Oh yeah, these Madden cards. I definitely remember these things. These kind of made it fun to try playing the game in different ways to feel like you're completing a checklist. Who doesn't like checking tasks off a list? I must have played this game on the PS2 or something, cause all this seems real familiar. The situation mode seems neat. You can set up your own custom game to be jumped into at any time. Kinda like those challenges they have in later games, except you can make up your own conditions. So the way we handle sports games in this challenge is win the main championship of that sport in the quickest way the game allows. For the NFL, that's winning the Super Bowl. However, this game didn't have a playoffs mode, only tournament mode. That doesn't end in the Super Bowl, so we're in a conundrum. Care about what the game calls it, or play the full season to actually win the Super Bowl. I made a poor decision and chose the full season route. I decided to play as the Tennessee Titans because Eddie George was on the cover, so they must be good, right? My first game was against the Buffalo Bills. When you start a game, it shows this cutscene with all the players running out onto the field. Kinda neat. Let's get into the highlights. The Bills win the toss and opt to receive to start the game. The kick is returned by Daryl Porter, who is laid out at the 25-yard line. If this is the intensity to start, I can't wait to see the rest of the game. The pitch to the right side for Antoine Smith gets a nice 8-yard gain there. I think the running game for both teams is going to be big. Pass over the middle, incomplete. That wasn't a late hit, folks. No way. The rules were different back then, I swear. Rob Johnson throws the post deep over the middle, and Samari Roll deflects it with his helmet. I've never seen something like that in my life, folks. Guy wasn't paying a bit of attention out there. Now Smith running down the left side. Great spin move there, and he's brought down inside the 40 for a Bills first down. Johnson throws it to the sideline, and it's caught by Antoine Smith. The Bills are in the red zone threatening a score now. Big stop there from Kenny Holmes on 3rd and short, and the Bills ultimately opt for the field goal, taking the lead 3-0. The Titans getting their first shot at it here in the second quarter. McNair tosses it to the right side to Eddie George, an incredible 12-yard gain to start the drive. I don't blame them for struggling to tackle him. I wouldn't want to get in front of that guy. Now McNair drops back, throws it over the middle into triple coverage, and it's caught. Oh, wow. Kevin Dyson pulls it down with Steve McNair threading the needle. What a play. 3rd down and McNair drops back, throws the post to the right side for Chris Sanders, but it's overthrown. You've got to put those on target. Unacceptable this close to the end zone. Jeff Fisher decides to go for it on 4th down, and it's picked off. He threw it right to Keon Carpenter, and it's just playing catch out there at this point. We head into halftime, Bills winning 3-0 in this high-scoring affair. 3rd quarter now, blitz coming in, and Eddie George has room to run. He gets past one man, nothing but green in front of him. He's eventually knocked out of bounds for a big 30-yard run. Now 3rd down, McNair running backwards in trouble, turns around and somehow knows exactly where Eddie George is, and it's caught! Touchdown Titans! I can't believe that one connected, folks. Unbelievable. Titans take the lead 7-3. The Bills trying to answer now. Johnson throws it over the middle, and it's picked off. Oh my goodness. Blaine Bishop, what a play. Let's see the replay on that one. Bishop brought out the teleport tech there. Just warped the ball straight into your hands. The Titans not slowing down whatsoever. Eddie George opens the drive with a big 15-yard run down the right side. The Bills need a stop here. Even the fullback is getting in on the action. Lorenzo Neal getting an 8-yard gain. Just a few yards to go. Eddie George gets the pitch to the right, and he's in there. Touchdown, Titans. They're up 14-3 with just 2 minutes to go in the game, and it's not looking good if you're the Bills, folks. Bills running a no huddle here. Throw to Eric Moulds, and he's awfully quiet this game, but he gets a first down for the Bills here. 4th down and long, and Antoine Smith catches the pass to the right, somehow makes a man miss, then another. He actually gets the first down. Wow. 19-yard gain there to save the drive. 1st and goal, blitz coming in, and the pass to the end zone, it's picked off! Samari Roll with a big play. The exact thing you expect out of him to stop the comeback. The Titans take the win in week 1, 14-3. What a great start to the season, folks. It's going to be a great year for football. Guess I'll actually talk about the game now. We were against the Chiefs in week 2. They had Tony Gonzalez at tight end, and honestly, that's the only name I recognize from this roster. Switching players and tackling felt pretty decent in this one. Hits were still kind of abrupt compared to how I remember them on the PS2. How on earth did they miss the extra point here? I feel like I've never seen the opponent do that in one of these games. On offense, I found this halfback sweep play that was extremely good against the computer. Probably helped that I had Eddie George, because he's kind of cracked. When you pass, you have to bring up the passing icons when you want to throw. It's like a default scramble mode in a way. Doing user catches felt okay. The kick meter is pretty intuitive. You adjust the left and right with the bar at the bottom, and the curved bar represents the power. Pretty close to how they had it in the next few games. Sometimes the user catches would just have you jump as if you were deflecting the ball. Feels like the game should have detected I was a receiver going for a pass there. Or maybe I am just kind of bad at the game? I swear, I was so good at these on the PS2. It's the N64 that's jank, not me. Luckily, that was considered out of bounds. I don't even know what's happening anymore. It just bounces off his face and goes into his hands? I'll take it. I wound up losing this one 9-0. That's okay though. We don't need to win every single game in the season, just enough to make the playoffs. I wasn't doing so well on defense for finding a great play. Experimenting with man-to-man defense was doing pretty decent. I was against the Steelers now, and they had all kinds of great players on offense. Cordell Stewart at quarterback, Jerome Bettis at running back, and both Plaxico Burress and Hines Ward at receiver. They didn't have the truck stick yet, but it sure looked like I used it here. Get wrecked, buddy. I'll take this time to talk about the graphics and audio. The graphics are decent. It did tell me it was using my expansion pack when I booted the game up, and I couldn't help but notice the game wasn't running super smooth. Sure, the players looked nice, but at what cost? I actually don't even own the regular jumper pack, and many games force you to use the higher resolution if the expansion pack is plugged in. It's a little frustrating. I wish you had a choice. The crowd just looks like an oil painting back there. 0 additional pixels dedicated to them. The commentary is incredibly disappointing. I can't even find the name of the person, but it's just the most generic lines ever. John Madden will chime in rarely, like less than 5% of plays. What a letdown.
Pass is right. He overthrows his intended receiver.
And he has to be careful. Not only is that pass off target, but it's also a good way to get your receiver decked.
Dang, what a bonkers bounce on that punt. Thought for sure that was a touchback. Yeah, passing felt both good and bad in this. Like it was almost there to being good at catching, but still not quite ready. I wonder how different the PS2 version of this felt. Like, what is this one-handed catch? You'd never see stuff like that nowadays. I accidentally picked the punt play menu and I couldn't figure out how to back out of it, so I just picked fake punt because why the heck would I punt on 1st down? Sorry, buddy, for making you take a hit like that. Anyway, we beat the Steelers 14-7. Now I was against the New York Giants. They had Kerry Collins at quarterback, Tiki Barber at running back, Amani Toomer at receiver, and of course, can't forget Michael Strahan on the defensive line. Yeah, I was just not doing that well on defense in this. I was having more success just letting the computer catch my passes. Finally, a passing touchdown. Whoa, his helmet came clean off there. That was scary. Well, my first attempt at kicking a field goal where it wasn't straight on didn't go so hot. I barely pushed left, but I guess I got a barely push left. Lost that game 10-7. Had a bye in week 5, so we were against the Cincinnati Bengals in week 6. They had a Keely Smith at quarterback, whoever the heck that is, as well as the legend Corey Dillon at running back. I still was just not doing that great on defense, couldn't get any consistency. Even letting the computer catch the passes wasn't perfect. That was a horrific throw by McNair. And why did the guy dive? Not looking good, y'all. At least Eddie George has got my back. Problem is, the game has stamina, and if he gets tired, he kinda starts to suck, plus more likely to get injured. Anyway, I beat the Bengals 10-3. Now we're up against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who were apparently quite good in this game. They had Mark Brunell at quarterback, Fred Taylor at running back, and Keenan McCardell and Jimmy Smith at receiver. Kinda stacked. Look at how bad I got scammed here. I literally caught it, then it just warped into their hands. No way, that's a reset. And here's where I had a scary realization. The game wasn't loading properly. Sure, it said it was saving the whole time, but nope, just kept failing to load. I think I had this issue in a different Madden game too. I wound up pivoting to settling for the tournament mode because it is very frustrating to have to do an entire season without saving once, you know? But it sure felt a bit underwhelming getting a bland celebration screen like that. I wound up coming back to this game after being like, no, don't take the easy way out. Even though you kinda hate this game, do it anyway. So I simulated games to get back to where I was. We were 3-3 going into week 8. Now we're against the Baltimore Ravens. They had Trent Dilfer at quarterback, Jamal Lewis at running back, Shannon Sharp at tight end, and even the legend Jonathan Ogden at left guard. And of course, Ray Lewis at linebacker. Wait. Who is Rodney Thomas? What happened to Eddie George? Did he get hurt during the simulation? I guess that's what I deserve for rage quitting earlier. Actually, scratch that. Rodney's kinda good. Forget Eddie George. I beat the Ravens 14-7. Then I played against the Washington Redskins. Pretty solid roster with Brad Johnson at quarterback and James Thrash at receiver. Apparently Champ Bailey was on defense for them back then. I had no idea. I did learn you can just quit out of a game and it lets you replay it with no penalty, so that's nice. As long as I don't turn the console off, we're fine. On the second go at it, I beat them 13-0. Week 10, we were against the Steelers again. Beat them 3-0. I actually went to my first ever NFL game recently. It was that final regular season game at Pittsburgh when they played the Ravens this past season. It was a really good game with a crazy second half. I had fun. Week 11 was against the Ravens again, beat them 10-7. Then it was the Cleveland Browns. I don't recognize a single person on their roster. Who the heck is Doug Peterson? We won 7-3. Beat the Jaguars 10-7 in week 13. Now it's the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh shoot, they already had Donovan McNabb at this point. He was so good. Beat them 10-7. Played the Bengals again and beat them 7-0. Then the Browns once again. Feel bad for Browns fans, honestly. I beat them 14-9. Final game of the regular season were against the Dallas Cowboys. What a roster. Troy Aikman at quarterback, Emmitt Smith at running back. Oh wait, I was expecting to say Michael Irvin here, but apparently he wasn't on the team anymore. Well, regardless, we beat them 3-0. Had a bye in round 1 of the playoffs, so we were up against the Denver Broncos after that. Kind of a weird period for them. They had Brian Greasy at quarterback and whoever the heck Mike Anderson is at running back, as well as Ed McCaffrey and Rod Smith at receiver. Kicked their butts 14-0. Played the Chiefs again in the AFC Championship. We won 3-0 in thrilling fashion. And here we are in Super Bowl 35, up against the Green Bay Packers. Brett Favre at quarterback, Amon Green at running back, Bubba Franks at tight end. Tough matchup. Anywho, we beat the Packers 10-7, taking the Super Bowl home to Tennessee. Honestly, grinding that out wasn't really worth it at all. Just a JPEG of the trophy and a congrats coach message? Unbelievable. One thing that's interesting here is you play the Pro Bowl after the full season. Don't they do like flag football now or something like that? Or do they even still do the Pro Bowl? There were surprisingly no cheat codes in this game. They just didn't bother putting any in the N64 version. I did find this coaching awards section. Why does John Madden win Coach of the Year? Talk about a rigged contest. But yeah, that's about all there is for this one. Game complete. So yeah, there you have it. My journey to beating Madden NFL 2001. It feels like this one was a downgrade compared to 2000, but that one wasn't great either. The addition of Madden cards is neat for sure, but I just didn't like the game enough to want to play around with them. I swear, none of these NFL games on the N64 feel good except Blitz because it's not trying to feel real at all. This game lags a decent bit, although maybe it doesn't if you don't have the expansion pack. It looks pretty good, but man, the commentary is one of the worst I've heard in a sports game on this console. I'd say the controls feel okay, but I really just can't get used to the fact that passing sucks in nearly all of these games. I really need to try a PS2 Madden to see if it's just me that sucks now, or if it really did get way better on the next generation of gaming. Wouldn't recommend this to anyone unless, I guess, you played it as a kid and you want a 5-minute nostalgia trip. I gave Madden NFL 2001 a 2 out of 10 for enjoyability and a 3 out of 10 for difficulty. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We had a randomized marble race to determine which game was next, so here's how that played out. Or skip to the timestamp on screen to skip straight to the game selection. Alright, we will try one of these again. They're giving us some bad ones, but maybe one will be cool. How about Deadly Risk Roadway? That sounds fun. 154 games on the list. NBA in the Zone 2000. Zor Maju Tsukai Densetsu. And Mahjong 64. Only one can be the winner though, so let's see what it is. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, they are off. Coming down the pachinko machine. Straight into the spin cycle. This is going pretty crazy. As Fushigi no Dungeon has already died. We've got a couple marbles. Oh my god, a lot of marbles are dying. Knockout Kings 2000 does escape though, as does Polaris Snowcross. And there goes Tigger's Honey Hunt. Down the drain it goes. And Armorine's Project Swarm flying forward, coming through the tunnel. And you see the tunnel will swap sides. NFL Quarterback Club Mortal Kombat coming through as well. Armorine's Project Swarm coming in now. It is the current leader. Will it be able to hang on? Nobody else is making it out as Chokukan Knight Pro Yaku King goes down. Armorine's Project Swarm all alone currently. Will it be able to survive? It does appear another round of danger is coming up as many more. No, Armorine's Project Swarm has died. Oh my goodness, folks. Let's see what happens. It's anybody's match here, folks. Armorine's Project Swarm is down. Who's going to take the lead now? We got many marbles coming down. They're getting melted by a laser. Oh my goodness. They're exploding. There's an explosion as Earthworm Jim escapes, as does Kirato Kaiketsu. The Pro Shina Mahjong Suamono V-Rally WCW. I don't know what's happening, folks. Oh my god, another explosion. V-Rally edition. Oh my god, another one. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing Mortal Kombat. What's it going to be? We're coming down the tunnel. Coming down the final. Mortal Kombat's in the lead. Oh my god, and it is the next Mortal Kombat game, which I believe is Mortal Kombat Trilogy. The next Mortal Kombat game, which is Mortal Kombat Trilogy. It has been decided. But yeah, if you're still here watching, you're awesome. Thank you, I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, or maybe even drop a subscription to the channel. Or you could even click one of these other videos that are on screen right now. And yeah, see you next time.